family, thank you. And may God bless you once again for joining me on Sika Perov on YouTube. This is a beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we are together rejoicing in this day. If today happens to be your first time on this great platform, please hit on the subscription button to become a member of this great family. If the content of this video is good for you, please click on the like. Clicking on the like button triggers the YouTube algorithm in promoting this particular video further. Additionally, you can also use the share button to move this video from the YouTube platform to go to other social media platforms. Most importantly, recommend this channel to your friends, family, Africans in diaspora, and all people that you may know of. You are once again welcome. So we are here once again to have a dialogue on the Africans community in diaspora, Asian community in diaspora, and other races of people that are finding themselves in a diasporan land. You see, this issue is becoming very important. Mostly people ask this question publicly. I am finding myself in the diaspora. Is it okay for me to go back home to marry a woman of my choice and to help the woman to immigrate to America to join me? I'm a lady. I'm finding myself in the United Kingdom. I'm finding myself in Germany. I'm finding myself in Canada. Is it okay? Is it all right for me to go back to my home country, Kenya? Go back to my home country, Ethiopia? Go back to my home country, Botswana, to also go and marry a man of my choice and to also help that man to immigrate to the West to join me? This is the most dominant caution in most African communities in the diaspora. This is the most dominant caution in most Hispanic community in the diaspora. This is the most dominant caution in most Asian community in the diaspora. We all ponder on this question every single day. And that necessarily doesn't also mean that as we are trying to adapt to the new life in the West, we also don't come across ladies here. If I'm a guy, that doesn't mean I'm not coming across ladies. If I'm a lady, that doesn't mean I'm not coming across guys. We do meet a lot of people at workplace. We do meet a lot of people at the church. We do meet a lot of people at the supermarket. We do meet a lot of people at the grocery stores. We do meet a lot of people at the departmental stores. So, if I'm to, make a choice, with respect to my relationship issue, should I prioritize making the right choice here, or I should be looking back home? This is a very confrontational question that borders us as immigrants in a different country. But counting on little experience, this is the little education I can provide with respect to this area. You see, many instances there have been countless of people that went home to marry a lady or went home to marry a guy, and after the marriage they helped these people to also immigrate to join them to live a very good life in the Western world. These people came and joined them, and their life were successful. They are living a very happy life. They are enjoying their life. They are giving birth to children. They are raising their children together. They are doing businesses together. They are doing their various works together, and life seems to be working so good for them. At the same time, we also had people that also moved back to Africa, moved back to Asia, moved back to India, moved back to China, moved back to Ethiopia, moved back to Africa to marry. And after the marriage, immigrate their spouse to join them in the West. They came and life has become hell. They hardly understand each other. They hardly move along. They hardly, try to even reach a compromise on some basic issues. It is like the marriage is tearing into pieces. It is like the marriage is not working. It is like the relationship is collapsing. It is like they don't know how they even got married they don't even know how they even got married in the first place. They are both confused, and this seems to be happening every single day in a place like America, in a place like the United Kingdom, in a place like Germany, in a place like Australia, in a place like New Zealand. And sometimes you may wonder, what is the cause? What is the reason for all this? So the simple understanding that I can communicate out there based on my experience with this issue is that, you see, life in the West is like a different arena. It's like a different world altogether. See, in Africa, we know we as Africans, based on our cultural upbringing. We know how to relate to guys. Guys knows how to relate to ladies, and ladies also knows how to relate to guys. And we can start building a very good relationship back in Africa. But yet, when we go to the West, we are realizing that the relationship doesn't seem to be working, and we are trying to figure out, what is the cause of all this? A lot of factors, especially, if you are watching this video right now and your spouse is here with you, it's either your spouse is making you happy, or it's either your spouse is making the marriage life like a hell for you. You know me, and trust me, you know that I'm talking from your perspective. I'm trying to be in your shoes. We are all into this thing together. And sometimes, you wonder why. This was a very good guy back home. This was a very good lady back home. What changed? What changed is the life in abroad, is the life in the West that this person has gotten exposed to. Before you went home to marry this person and thus helped this person to immigrate to join you in the West, there may be a lot of things that you shared with this person. There may be a lot of things that you told this person. There may be a lot of expectation you gave to this person before he or she immigrated to join you. Now the person is in America. Now the person is in the place with you, but he or she is realizing, most of the things that you came back home, use it as a promise to make me marry you. I'm here living with you, and I'm not seeing the performance of it. I'm seeing a different side of it. I'm seeing that you lied to me. I'm seeing that you deceived me. Why? And sometimes trying to answer this question is very difficult. So the simple way that I'm seeing this issue is that, to my brothers and sisters in the diasporic community, to my uncles, to my fathers, and to my mothers, please, if it becomes a choice that you would want to go back home to marry, maybe you wouldn't want to marry here, okay, you would want to go back home to marry, I'm pleading with you that if you go, the man that you are interested in, that you would want to marry, the lady that you are interested in, that you would want to marry, please be 100% honest with the person, okay? Because the reason why I'm basing my argument on honesty is that if you hear Africans, I'm talking about a lady and a guy fighting in a place like America, in a place like Canada, in a place like United Kingdom, in a place like Europe, and it's either it was the man who went to Africa to marry the lady, and after getting married to the lady, brought the lady here, or it was the lady who went to Africa to marry the guy after the marriage, brought the guy here. If you see them fighting, if you see them in disagreement, if you see them, trying to be in each other's thoughts, sometimes the basic understanding of whatever seems to be going on is the fact that there has been some dishonesty on the part of the guy or on the part of the lady. And why this dishonesty? This dishonesty is prevalent because, most guys in the West, there were ladies that we used to be living in the same neighborhood with them in Africa. When we were living together with them in Africa, there were no way we could have even approached them to tell them that we love you or I love you and I would want you to consider me as your husband for us to get married. There were a lot of, guys that we as ladies, we were living together with them in Ghana, in Africa, that we realized that I'm not sure this guy is good for me. I'm not sure this guy could be a good husband to me. I'm not sure this guy could match my dreams in life. But because we fortunately found ourselves in the West, and we are trying and struggling with our relationship here, but it doesn't seem to be working, so we want to go back home to marry. You went and you saw this guy, and this guy is like thinking, now you are coming from America, now you are coming from United Kingdom, now you are coming from Germany, and like you are like a different person altogether. So even though if you were to be in Africa, that guy wouldn't have ever been interested in you. But because now you are coming from Canada, you are coming from America, now you are coming from maybe Australia, now this guy seems to be interested in you. So when you are getting married to this guy, when you are getting married to a lady of this same context, most importantly, sometimes it is not about the love, but it is about the person getting married to you and having the opportunity to join you finally in Australia, to join you finally in United Kingdom, to join you finally in Canada, or to join you finally in America. That is the motivational factor of the person marrying you. That is the motivational factor of the guy marrying you. That is the motivational factor of the lady marrying you. The marriage is not based on true love. And sometimes they conceal their intentions. They hide their true reason for the marriage. So you, the guy, you, the lady, you will never see it until after the marriage. You try to do everything possible to immigrate this person to join you in the West. And once the person has joined you, then the true character of the person reveals itself. And that seems to be threatening your marriage relationship. It seems to be threatening whatever it is that you guys are trying to build together. So in synopsis, all that I can say is that, it is not bad for you to decide to go back to Africa to marry. Okay, it is not bad. Because, sometimes, we hardly do understand one another here. You see, because it's like the guys that we are living with in America here, the ladies that we are living with in America here, it's like we are fan of each other. It is like, I know whatever this lady is doing, this lady knows whatever it is that I'm doing. It's like we are fan with one another. So we don't seem to connect in love. We don't seem to connect in that true love. We don't seem to be understanding ourselves, because it's like we are both finding ourselves in the same place, and we are both seems to be doing the same thing, and we are both seems to be doing the up and downs together. So there's like that African typical respect that mostly exhibits itself in marriage or in relationship doesn't mostly exist in the life we are living in the West. So sometimes you feel like, okay, fine, for me to get married to this lady, and the most important thing that I would expect from my lady, that's for my lady to respect me, and because I'm living with the person in America together, and we are doing the same work together. Sometimes even the lady is making more money than you. Sometimes even the guy is making more money than you. So this respect is going to be lacking. So then I would prefer going back to my home country to marry a lady who knows nothing about America, who knows nothing about United Kingdom, who knows nothing about Europe, so that when she comes here, she can respect me and accord me any dignity as a man. You see, that is sometimes the intention. And after going through all this experience and that's going to marry this person and bringing this person here, this person also arrives, start making friends, start getting him or herself exposed to the system, start understanding the system, and this person is starting to show you the true character, the true intentions that he or she concealed, that's compelling you to marry him or her, and that's helping them to immigrate to Africa, immigrate to America, or immigrate to any country that you may be finding yourself. So believe me or not, if you are living in America, if you're living in the West, you're African, you're Indian, you're Asian, no matter your race, and you don't want to limit yourself to the place you're finding yourself to do everything possible to find a lady or to find a guy, and you would want to look back home, my only advice to you is that if you would want to go back home to marry, make sure the person that you are going to marry, you've been able to establish a very good relationship with that person. You've been able to build a very strong connection with that person. You've been able to, lay some foundation of love, some foundation of understanding, some foundation of integrity, some foundation of, commitment, some foundation of sacrifice. That is called to every marriage relationship. Make sure you are able, or you've been able to establish this thing with a person. And never rush, never jump into decision making. Once you are in Africa, you would want to marry, you would want to marry a lady, or you would want to marry a guy. If you rush in marrying a lady from Africa, if you rush in marrying a guy from Africa, and that's immigrating the person to a place you are finding yourself in the West, trust me, you are going to regret it at the end of the day. So always, anytime it becomes your decision to go back to Africa to marry, take your time. Take your time. Be patient. Sometimes you can be here and you can be talking to the person, be here and you can be building the relationship with the person. You can get your families back in Africa to be involved and to be monitoring this lady and to be monitoring this guy. Let them be able to update you, to be reporting about the up and downs of the person. Be sure with this same person. After go spend some quality time with the person. I mean, don't get anything serious with marriage or something. I mean, go there, visit the person, be there with the person, spend some good time, quality time with the person, and come back. I mean, be doing that frequently until you are finally convinced that this person is meant for you. But if you are kind of like frustrated, you are confused, you got a broken heart in the West, a guy has broken your heart, a lady has broken your heart, so you don't trust any guy in America again, you don't trust any lady in America again, so you're only looking to Kenya, you're only looking to Africa, you're only looking to Ghana, you're only looking to Nigeria, and you would want to go back home, go back to your tribe to marry a lady or marry a guy and to immigrate here. Don't do that. Don't make that decision in haste, else you are going to live to regret it. So to bring the video to a conclusion, what I'm saying is that it's not necessarily wrong for a guy to decide to overlook all the ladies in America to go back home to marry. It is not necessarily wrong for a lady to overlook all the guys in America and may decide to go back to Africa to marry from her tribe. It is not wrong. There is nothing wrong at all with it, because many people did the same thing and it has worked for them and it's still working for them. But many people tried the same process and they failed totally. So it is all dependent on the approach upon which you are reaching forth with this issue. Mind you, two people can be looking at the same thing at a time. Example, two people can be looking at 6. The number 6. Two people can be looking at 6. One may decide to see 6 as 9, and one may also decide to see 6 as 6 itself. It all depending on your perspective. It all depending on where you are standing. It all depending on your it's all depending on the understanding that you have with whatever it is that you are intending to do. Please, this issue is very critical. It's very important. It is breaking hearts in the blood. So be careful so that you don't fall as a victim. I'll pause this video here and I'll bring you the other side of this same topic also. Thank you and may God bless you. Don't leave this